And guys, this is the fated firepower. And I mean, everything deals extra 11 damage. And well, I have some rats on my mind here. Well, that was 72 damage. We will probably cycle it and try to hit the bigger cards. We have fated firepower, we will probably seize the spoils, but this can already start some counter action. This is not a creature, so they cannot use it to put the counter. At least, you know, not right now, unless they discard something. Charming Scoundrel will kinda feed into it, so we probably don't want to use it yet. Let's go for blue mana. I think we have to go for this, but not sure what will discard. Like, this can ramp us. This is not a bad card. I think it's Fountainport because we need the third mountain, and we don't know what we'll do. We have 4 Fountainports, so we should hit, you know, remaining 3 anyway at some point. But I think the game will be too fast to, you know, to use it. Alright. Man, I actually didn't realize that we're so early in the game. I'm like, man, why don't I have like 6 mana? Where is the red? Oh, it's just turn 3. That explains it. Oh man. We need to go fast because our opponent will scale into something scarce soon. We don't have creatures, but when this drops, they will get creatures. And they, of course, trigger the Ascension. They can use Divine Spark to pump different creature. And it still keeps the counter, so it will be a... right? Base. Oh, the count. Okay, I thought the counter is already one, the one from the chapter 2, but it's just a saga counter. Very, very different. All right, so we could kill this if we want. I think we just go for this counter and then we see what we get. We could kill Fenrir, but it's not doing too much right now. Next turn could be Fated Firepower. We probably need to run. Maybe we played Consult just to hit a land. This will be what, 5, 7. So we go for 4 and then we go Rats. That's all we need to win. So maybe we just cheer. Scoundrel can also be one of the Rats basically. So you use it to ramp and basically buy an extra turn to, you know, start the full combo. But at the same time it also helps you deal very often like final 5 damage or something. Stock up is amazing because those next 2 turns are the most important one in the game. So if they, you know, slow down on those 2 turns, that's perfect for us because we will speed up. For now we are a little bit passive, trying to, you know, play the long game. But when we drop, we just hit very hard. I glimpse the core. Sure, okay, so they're going full ramp mode, which is great, because they will get this mana only on the next turns, and it might be too late. So, pretty happy about this one. 3 damage, we probably will take it. Oh, they are defending. That's an interesting one. Do we just try to hit a land? I think we do, because this is the most important turn of the game. We just need more mana. We have this game won, we just need mana. Yep, that's a good draw. Let's go. We cannot burn treasures because they are way too important. I don't really want to show this. I want this to be a surprise for our opponent, especially that this dies on the next turn. Yep. So they can get the card, which is fine. Let's see what they will drop. This is their big turn. They ramped, they did the setup, and they can start... Okay, so they will keep pumping this guy, but it's not as good. This can be used to get the counter. If they use Cardon, they definitely have more stuff that combos together, but we didn't see it yet, and... Guys, I think we'll kill them before they make the thing. Like, we can tank this damage. Oh my god, this is perfect. Man, they invest too much into late game, because there won't be late game. There won't be any late game for our opponent. I'm not sure how much damage we are dealing, but I will go all in on this damage. Yep. And this is kinda one of the ways you can kinda trick your opponent, because you are playing so passively for the first part of the game that everyone is like, bro, I'm at 20, no board for the control guy. They can just do whatever they want. Well, not exactly. I would love to draw a land from the top that is untapped. That would basically ensure that we win, but not there yet, not there yet. Let's go for 4 creatures. And I don't know how much damage it does, but yes, yes, we swing. We deal 5 damage per rat, so guys, literally this Scoundring Charmer or Charming Scoundrel is legit the reason we will win, because they can block 1 creatures and that's exactly perfectly fine. I mean, that was kinda perfect. So that feels like a Dimir full normal control, which means we cycle it, we get more cards, and now we can go for the Fish of Doom. Seems decent, but then we actually don't have blue mana. You know what? I think we seize the spoils, because first we can draw untapped blue source, but also we make the treasure guaranteed. And we can always use this as the blue mana for the next turn if we really have to counter. 3 drops are not very scary for our opponent. So as you can see, they are just passing the turn. Alright, and now the game starts a little bit. I would love to stock up, but I think we might waste it then. So I will keep the counter spell. Against control, you actually have so many ways to just hit them with songs. Alright, they're pretty wasteful with those. So I think I don't mind it even. We could of course draw a card by sacrificing treasure, but I think we care way more about actually having mana. Like, mana is the one thing stopping us from winning. Like, imagine if you had 30 mana on this turn. You would just play everything, get all the cards, and they wouldn't be able to keep up with counter spells. So of course the reason you are in the game is that you need more mana to basically outscale your opponent. And this is nice. We have a land for the next turn. So even if they get Demolition Field, we still have uncounterable spells. And I mean, let's see what we get. We don't have many counter spells, like we are not a real control deck, so we need to make them really count. I mean, really count. And soon the Rapture, so the next turn is Rapture. Let's go for the treasure. Thanks to Sunken Citadel, which has a really cool art, you can make two mana sources basically, which lets you ramp faster. Which is the reason why this is in the deck, by the way. And definitely not because I got the style and I wanted to use it and I was like, hey, we can make Fountainport with this, that kinda makes sense. Definitely didn't happen. So do we want to stock up here? Honestly, I think we can play at the end step. We use Consult the Star Charts because they are at instant speed, contrary to, stock up. So that's why it's a little bit better here. That's fine. Oh man, so I think they will Rapture, and of course the Monument will be a problem because it's so cheap that they can pay, for all of our counter spells. I really hope for a Rapture here. Thank you. I appreciate it, man. Man, they're playing like literally into the play for us. So that opens our Consult the Star Charts. Why would you... Oh no, we don't have the right mana. Do we go for Fated Firepower then? Or we make a treasure? And go on the next turn. We can stock up, We'll just stock up. Like, those treasures are so important for our gameplay. Yeah, let's just go for stock up. So we go red, blue. So what do we get here? I don't think it's found. Man, those are not the draws we needed. Oh, I guess this is blue mana. Right, this is blue mana, of course. And let's get this one then. And suddenly, man, I tapped wrong then. But we couldn't know, so it's fine. We could actually go for the rats. But then they go Rapture. And we don't have another rat to finish the game. I would love to have a counter spell, man. They might Rapture us again. But if they do, that means they cannot make different plays, so we can cast something at the end step. So I'll take it. Of course, we really need to hit Fated Firepower. We had so many openings already. Like, if we had the card, we would already win. Okay, so what did they see? They don't know what the strategy is, and I'll tell you guys, I do not believe this guy can figure it out what exactly we have. I'm pretty sure they will miss and play some... Well, unless they consult the star charts. No, they will not name it. They will name what? Counterspell or Marang? Something like this. Show me your decision. I want to see it. Usually Ancient Vendetta just fully misses. See? I told you, they will always miss. I knew they don't know the strategy. And why was I sure? Because they played Rapture so aggressively, so that was also already a tell that they misidentified the deck a lot. And now they know what we are doing, but now it can be too late. So we could try to consult, burn the treasure and find their counter spell. So we could counter it. I honestly think we will try. But we'll just cast it normally, without the kicker, so we don't need to burn the treasures. So we can already counter it, or get the win con. I don't think we can win on the next turn, right? What is the best combination? Like, we can go for X3, and then go for 3 rats, that's 9 damage, or 12, something like this. Who won the win con, man? Okay, I need to tank on this, because can we close the game before they use it? Okay, I decided to go for the Exhale, because that buys us a lot of time, and they don't have too many monuments. So we will go for defense a little bit here. And then we untap, we have all the stock ups, all the... Oh, well, that's decent. Okay, so we could go for the rats. It's 8 rats. They would be very low, but we don't have 2 of them. So we can go for Fated Firepower. They probably cannot answer it really in the whole deck. 4, 6. If they go Rapture, they cannot finish. Yeah, I think we go like this. It's not perfect, because they fully know what the win con is, and they know exactly, you know, what we want to do. So they will prepare counter spells for the next turns. But that being said, now we have literally lethal pressure on every turn. Okay, they're going for Song now. Okay, they have more. I don't expect they play multiples, man. Well, now you can hit. Like, I mean, now it's not a mystery. But that being said, every source deals tons of damage. So they still need to kill us somehow. Like, we can just keep making fish, and every fish will hit for 7 damage. And we can make it at the instant speed. Every burst lightning is what, 8 damage? So actually triple burst lightning just wins the game here. Okay, so how do we tap? And we can make them uncounterable, by the way. I think we chill. Because even though they extracted, you know, with the win con, we have other win cons. And they still need to kill us because they didn't make any progress toward the meal game plan. Man, they're really, really passionate about this one, huh? So we make the fish, we burst lightning. I'll tell you, man, I think we can win with this. So we go for the... Our opponent is playing this like an aggro... I'll be honest. Oh my god, I did it in response. Our opponent is playing this like an aggro deck, basically. Just tapping out and trying to go for the kill. That was a huge mistake, of course, so I need to fix it right now. I'm sorry, fish. I was too excited for your greater power. So we go burst lightning, and we'll win this way. So sorry about this one. I was really excited for fish hitting for like 9 or 8. But as you can see, our opponent is not playing this at all like a control deck. And we can instantly punish it with 8 damage, 8 damage, and 8 damage. That's 24 damage. We could also make it uncounterable, but we don't even need to because they don't try to control. And those stock ups will be amazing. So let's go for the stock up. I mean, this is one way to draw. Let's get the red because we need triple red for this one. So we generally pick mountains over islands in this deck, unless we have to go for the island, of course. 5 lands. Well, that's a stock up. In all honesty, that's kinda what we need. So I'm actually happy about it, but you know, it's still funny. We don't have removal for this, and here's our third song somehow. Man, we are doing those songs like a champ. So I guess we can consult or just... I think we just stock up, man. And this is the wrong time. Okay, so very important. We go this, and this. And if we hit Burst Lightning, which we should, because we have 4 off... Nope. We'll draw more lands and Fated Firepowers. Oh man, what a draw. Let's go maybe... We already have Fountainport. Oh man, we also will have to discard it, showing the strategy. Man, we have so much burn, but we actually left the Druid in the board, which is a no-no. This is the card that has one special thing about it. It has a text, when this is in the board, it dies instantly. Like, this is the history of Magic. You just kill the Arc Druid. Because, of course, now they can play all the elves and use the mana to make... You know, okay, they didn't. That means they probably have, like, Crater Hoof Behemoths in the hand, I think. That's the only explanation. So we can fuel the flames a little bit, or just go for the firepower first, showing our hand a little bit, but it might still be worth it. Okay, I think we need first firepower to start the damage rolling, because then fuel the flames will sweep the board. So let's see. This is a weird game in so many ways. We actually drew nearly every song from the deck, and we didn't hit a single removal. Basically, we only have this Fuel the Flame, so it kinda has to do for the whole game. Our opponent also not on the best draw here, because they want a lot of elves. Like, this is actually perfect for us, kinda, because we want to sweep the board anyway. They also probably won't expect that we can do it. Yeah, they don't have enough for the Behemoth, so let's go for 2. You know, not the most glorious Fated Firepower, but should be good enough to help us recover. Okay, this is nice. This is actually kind of nice. They don't get too much mana from this, you know? So I think we can wait with Fuel the Flames a little bit. Maybe we can catch them after they play more creatures. That would be the dream. And so it's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So Behemoth can drop, but they cannot really attack with it too hard. I think they might have 2 of them in the hand, and that's why they, you know, like, we are cloaked with songs and they are cloaked with behemoths, I feel. Or maybe overruns. And well, this is why we are waiting for the play. Well, that makes it a little bit easier. So this is 4 damage to all the creatures, and this drops. But now it does nothing because they have no board. So that's why we went for this play. Okay, and we can make a fish, I guess. I mean, fish is actually kind of deadly. I just realized it also deals extra damage with this. So, man, did we just win? Wait, I think we just won the game. I don't know how much damage it is. Let's check. Well, it's enough. It's actually perfectly fine. Man, this worked way better than I expected. I mean, listen, this is the full combo already. It's a little bit early, but we definitely don't want to show it. However, before I get the comment, Sloth, if you don't want to put it in the graveyard, why don't you use the Scrylands? Well, the Scrylands do not have the types, and we play Thundering Falls mostly for the types, not for this one. I mean, we control a mountain, I guess, but mostly for the verges, because we kinda need them. But look, this is cool. Do we need 2-drop? That's important. Yeah, we absolutely need to counter the next spell. The next spell will be probably kinda massive. Valkyrie is more of a setup than a creature. It only starts working when they have more. So if you can counter the next big thing, I mean, that's pretty good. Another angel. This is not an angel. But it is a 3/3, I guess. So let's still counter it. It's a lot of stats for this, you know, this moment in the game, basically. We can consult, we can cycle this. This probably won't kill much right now. We could also make a treasure. Okay, this is on red, because we need triple red for this. And one could be from a treasure. I mean, we have the combo, we just need mana. If we can get enough mana, and this can act, even though it doesn't seem like it's doing any damage, believe me, this can deal 4, 5, 6 extra damage during the game. Because when we drop this and make the rats on the next turn, I mean, this is basically one of those rats. So it gives us extra mana, and we are extremely tight on mana on those, like, 2 turns, basically. Alright, the first big angel. This is an interesting hard counter to our strategy. So they don't know that we play creatures, but they already countered it. With a build that is very custom to what we are doing. That's cool. Alright. This will be one of the rougher games, because our opponent is sideboarded against us, but they don't know about it yet. Alright, this will pump the Valkyrie. I think still they will keep attacking with this, probably. Because they want the extra damage, and it doesn't have Vigilance, which is massive. So I think though even they have the hard counter, they don't know about it and they won't use it probably. Alright, this is actually a big deal. We could kill 2 of those creatures. We don't care about the counter. It also kills our Sentinel Scoundrel. Huh. I guess we could just cast it at Dance, but I think we want more treasures. Yeah, let's try to go for more treasures. I think our win con will be just surprising our opponent with a lethal, like instantly. So we need lands, we need treasures, we need to basically double ramp mana every turn until we are ready to win. They will deal tons of damage. Perfect. As expected. But man, can we win already? I think it's too early, right? We need to tap for the Fountainport. How do we tank this on the next turn, man? We can block this, but this is 5, 9, 10 damage because they will play the Angel. They also have the Slant. Oh, this is rough. It's too early. It's too early. I guess let's make a treasure and think what we'll do. I think we're one turn short to make the play. Untapped, because we have a mountain. Alright, so we have 7 mana. So this is moment where we could go for the combo. But we are on the draw. And that means our opponent will win first and then we win. But there won't be next turn. So being on the draw actually will decide the game, I feel, here. Because we can drop this for what? 4. And then go land into this, and that should be lethal. But we will die first, because they have exactly 10 damage on the next turn. Unless this is not an Angel. Okay, I will still take a bit of a risk here. Because there is a chance they won't use the land for pump, because they see Fuel the Flames, so they know that it won't work fully. But man, this is enough, like this is 7. I guess it's 9 damage if they use the land. Of course, we actually cannot use Fuel the Flames. Because then we cannot go for the lethal, but they don't know about it. So let's see what they will go for. Still for the same play. Alright, I see how it is. Man, literally, I'll tell you, like the fact that we are on the draw will actually decide the game. On the play, this would be a 1 game, I feel. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Yeah. Like, we would have the first turn first. So we would make the play, and then they would have this board that is lethal. But they would be dead already. Yeah. Guys, don't be on the draw. Like, it loses games. Alright, our opponent going strong with those scavengers. However, that being said, they need to play more. Like, they need second creature at least. And here it is, the second creature. Do we exhale it? I think we do. I think we do. I really hoped for the, the spider, because that would tap them harder. Here they kinda don't deal damage unless they pump it, and if they pump it, that means they cannot protect it and we kill it with lightning strike, so it's still okay for us. The damage is very slow and you can see that they have something. Okay, Burst Lightning is a very strong draw, if we want to use it, of course. So we could probably burn it, or we can stock up and give them a free turn. Honestly, I think with those answers, we can just try to play a normal game here. You know, because they still need to pump it. Like, it's not like they can keep only protecting it. They need to cast something on it. Oh, and this is the the bad one for our opponent. If we cast Lightning Strike, they will definitely protect it. So now they will lose everything. That's why we waited for this play. If you have a lot of like 1 and 2 mana removal, like you can really leverage it to a 1 game. Because they cannot hold so much mana every turn. They also won't have double Shard Mage Rescue usually. So as you can see, absolute blowout. And now you can stock up on an empty board and find the missing pieces. We definitely take Fountainport and honestly Burst Lightning. So as you can see, against aggro decks, you have so much cheap removal that very often you can just win with, without even a sweeper. And this is great because now we can start making treasures. So every turn that they don't do something, we also surveil on the next turn with this. We get more power, which means Fated Firepower actually will kill instantly. So moment we draw the card, we probably will win. Where are you? Where are they? We could honestly make the rat here. But by the way, you can actually just play without the combo and use the treasures to make a huge song. And that usually will be enough. Sure. They still need to pump it. However, if we tap out, they can still try to protect it. I will still do it. Like, having mana on our side is more important than them having, extra play. They also will need to protect it, so we will tap them out anyway. So if they go for Feather of Flight, which is usually what you want to cast when your opponent is tapped, we just target it. They need to Shard Mage Rescue. Sure, they protect, they draw a card, but then we kill it with Burst Lightning. We can pay the kicker, because it will have actually more toughness than I expected. We could stock up, but we don't need to. We actually need as much, mana as possible. So basically, you can play passively in this stage, because your opponent will not kill you on 19. Like, look at this, if they don't spend mana to cast something, it's just 1 damage. And you can kinda hold them hostage to play the spell first, or you punish them every single turn for it. And they will need to switch the strategy, because this won't work. And then, you have more mana and more stuff. And then we can actually go for the rats already. It's 6-9. It's totally fun. But I think we go for the combo, man. It will be so epic. We have so much mana. I actually want to go for the combo. Consult and probably the Exhale. Literally, because I want to have some control over the game before we cast this. Also the fun playing pattern. Right now they expect Fountainport at end step, and we'll drop this bad boy. And if they knew this is the play, they would play it very differently. And see, if they don't pump, we fully ignore it. And when they finally pump, we get them. If they are too passive, sure, we just win the game. This is how we want to play control decks. Basically forcing your opponent into really bad plays always. Man, oh, this is so great. Let's go for the Fountainport, unfortunately. And we go this, we seize the spoils, but we don't show the card. Like, I don't want to show this. Let's go for seize the spoils. Because we should draw something. Like, we have card advantage or combo piece. Like, we still have 4 Fated Firepowers. I guess we'll just find it with this. This is to make more treasures, of course. So, yeah, our opponent not in a great spot. Man, I want this Juicy Lethal. I swear, they're lowballing their damage and board so hard, thinking we'll react at some point. Well, we won't. Let's make more treasures. Because we need every single one of them. Honestly, we can just play Consult for 2. We just need 1 card. We don't need multiples. We just need 1 good card. And you know what the card is. Fated. The card is Fated. Where are you? Bro, how many? It's over half of the deck, man. Alright? This is kinda cool too. But we don't have enough to use it. So let's just go for it. I don't want to play this, to be honest. Okay, but I will. Because I don't want to play this because that prevents their attack, and I'm happy with them attacking like this. It's actually amazing for us. Now they will have to make more plays, which might actually make, force them into playing better. So I didn't want to do it, but the treasure and this card is so great. Okay, perfect. Amazing. 2 damage. I think they don't realize how quickly we can kill them. They're like, oh, this is a control deck. At some point they need to react. Well, our reaction, I'll tell you what our reaction will be. 50 or 100 damage to the face out of nowhere. So when we finally react, the reason our opponent is even in the game is that we are absolutely missing the win con and we play 4 off, So that's the only reason the game is still on. And here's the fated firepower. And now the game will be very, very different. We chill, and when our opponent sees what we discard, well, it will be an interesting one. So we literally discard removal for this creature. So our opponent knows that we just don't care about the scavenger one little bit. And at the end of this turn, they will know why. Sure. Doesn't win the game. Doesn't matter. Still, this is stock up. Because we don't want to show any of the win cons. So even though normally we want to discard this, we don't want to show it. Sure, bro. What's the worst that can happen on this? Oh, I'm so excited for this lethal, man. So how about... No. That's not all. 5, 11. Yep. And guys, this is the fated firepower. And I mean, everything deals extra 11 damage. And well, I have some rats on my mind here. Oh, this will be glorious, man. Our opponent senses, the spider senses tingling, that something bad will happen moment we untap. And that's correct. And they don't have instant removal for this, so it will stick. Yep. And here it is. The army of rats. It's 7, right? Let's go, rats. Let's see how they tank this one. Well, that's what you get for not attacking hard enough. And let the rat army devour our opponent. I want to see the damage, man. This will be massive damage. Yep. 1. What about the 6 remaining rats? Well, that was 72 damage. Oh, perfect. Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed, honestly. This is such a fun combo, We made rats eat very well today. And you can also flash firepower thanks to Sozin's Comet. We didn't showcase it, but we'll talk through, this card and this combo after the shout out for today, because our absolute legend is Papa Ponton, and my friend, you got honestly one of the craziest combos we have tried. I hope you enjoyed it, so this one is for you. And as always, really thank you for supporting the channel and always being, absolutely cool. So that's just very appreciated. What can I say more? And about this deck, obviously this is more of a fun strategy, This combo takes a lot of time and you need a little bit of a setup. But I think we're doing a great job with generating those treasures and wow, a cool art. And generally we can make the play faster than normal thanks to those 2 cards especially, while also sweeping and removing something, having some control. So we're a little bit controlling early game, but then we just drop and we just win within a single turn. Nobody really expects this strategy, so they don't play around it. They don't think we can deal over 20 damage. So big part of this strategy is surprise and catching your opponent off guard. What about Comet? I wanted to say comment for some reason. The Comet is very wonky because we already need 2 specific cards to set up. We need also a lot of mana. So it's very hard to also add Comet to this. So I tried it. I wanted to get more, but I only have 1 Comet and I'm really short on wildcards, guys. I'm not showcasing some of the decks because they just take too many wildcards. Like 2025 drained basically all my wildcards, and I know I'm not the only one. But that being said, I think Comet kinda can be removed because rest of the deck works like, smoothly enough, and this is just an extra element that is very hard to set up. When it hits, it's epic, but usually you just go with those two. And yeah, not very competitive deck, but very fun one, so I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you to all the patrons for supporting the content so we can make more videos, and yeah, that's kind of it for today. Thank you guys for watching, know that you are very appreciated here, and I'm happy you are enjoying the deck slightly, so thank you for that, and see you guys tomorrow.